was working for someone, I always felt like it was my business too.
Yeah.
And I try to teach my employees that, treat my business like it's yours. And it's hard for other people to do that.
Most people don't get it.
It's hard. It's like, because it isn't their business.
Right.
So why would they treat it like it's their business?
But that's the difference between an entrepreneur's mind and just, and
right.
everybody else. And that's not, saying that their mindsets are bad. It's just, it's different,
Well, and I can't expect them to run it like it's
right.
their business because it's not.
Yeah.
And so my expectations have to be for me and not for them. And that's where I get in trouble sometimes, because I just expect everybody is an entrepreneur, and they're not. But, there's intrapreneurs, there's entrepreneurs, there's workers, there's entrepreneurs, and there's intrapreneurs. The intrapreneur is, someone who's an executive level, a CEO working for someone else, a VP, a president. They're great for working at a high level for someone else. An entrepreneur, they make really good money, and they do really well, and they make a lot of decisions, and they do get to be an entrepreneur a little bit.
Yeah.
Then, of course, you get your worker, your labor force, and then in entrepreneurs like me, it's being a worker and being an entrepreneur sound horrible to me.
Yeah.
Like, how could anybody
you
do
want
that?
It to be you want it to be yours.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what's interesting about, gym ownership, for example. When I was looking into buying the gym, we were talking about how, I'd meet with other gym owners that they're like, don't buy a job. You're buying a business. And, we were very blessed to have our general manager fall into our laps, with Caitlin. And she runs it. I mean, she is on top of it day in and day out. And it allows me to do what I'm good at and what I love, along with running, the other businesses we have too. And it's incredibly important to have people like that, because she takes ownership. And that, I guess, would be more of an intrapreneur, right? She takes ownership. She runs the business basically day to day, and I just handle kind of, the back end stuff. Whereas on the insurance side, I'm probably more still an entrepreneur, but kind of an intrapreneur too. We're looking at trying to expand that company, and that's my focus, is growing that and growing this. But yeah, you got to have all types to make it go around.
Yeah, one source, multiple streams, right? You got to have multiple. As an entrepreneur, you're always looking for something. One source being God, and then He gives multiple flows of different businesses and cash flow. And as an entrepreneur, you figure those things out,
right?
It's like a stock portfolio.
Oh yeah.
If you got five stocks and 3 of them are hitting and you're making money, you're good. Let the other 2, and that's kind of what I do with business. It's hard not to say no sometimes in business.
Yeah.
When you want another opportunity to create a wealth cyclone. But I think as entrepreneurs, we got to learn to say no more.
Yeah. Well, you got to focus. You got to focus in on what you're doing, and wait until you build those to a certain point where they can be self-sustaining, and then you can start diversifying a little bit. And okay, I've got these 2 projects. They're running well. They're at a good point. Now I can, spread my attention a little bit and put it towards something else again.
And guys that are really good entrepreneurs, they have really good people working for them they can have 10 companies because they have 10 executives that have a team, and they have, those are very, very important roles.
Oh, yeah.
They're so important, because without it, the business doesn't flow.
Right. Well, and realistically, most of the time, those people are the smart ones. Like I'm not the smart one here.
I know. It's amazing how many business owners and entrepreneurs are not the smartest guys in the room.
They're just usually good people.
Yeah.
And they know how to bring people together. Or they just have favor on them. That allows them to get the right people in.
Yeah. The relationships, the work ethic, just the grit.
Yeah.
Most business owners have a little grit to them. They've been through things that make them gritty,
right?
But
that's why the reward's great too. You go through that grit, and you do sink or swim.
Yeah, people don't understand what you're going through behind closed doors,
right?
You and your wife, and the struggles that you have trying to just make things happen. It's like, the business owner is always the guy that's the rich guy, he's the one that's making all the money. Well, you know,
You don't know what it took to get there necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
And employees get paid first. You know, they're the ones getting
No doubt.
paid. And so in tough times, you still take care of your people.
Yeah.
And but when it's going good, you're gonna take care of yourself really good.
Exactly.
Because you've taken all the risk.